Okay, David G, first one in. Wow, thanks guys. That was quite a few in right from the get-go. Welcome to D Scraps E Scraps. So, I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. Mine was amazing. I actually think I put the post up this afternoon. I was out at the Mohegan Sun Casino with a couple of my family members. We took my younger nephew and his mother-in-law out, and we spent the day together. Really had a nice day. The food was amazing. They really just I don't think I'm going to eat for about a week. But they had it themed. It was really quite nice. Very busy, of course. So I didn't get a chance, I don't think, to post yesterday. I went out to a very far corner of Connecticut. Really beautiful area. It's called Hebron. Way up north in one of the farthest corners of the state. A lot of farmland, very rural. Very nice drive. But God blessed me with yet another associate who I hope I will be working with. And I really got a whole pickup truck full of very high quality servers. They actually work. I've got quite a few of them on sale in my eBay store for like $100, which is really for good servers an amazing price. If you're in the Stratford, Connecticut area and you'd like to pick up one or two, if nothing else, just to teach yourself how to do some scrapping, I do have them available. They're very expensive to ship, and I can't do anything about that. Let me see what else is going on. I think what I'm going to do with the servers is we'll kind of do like a cost analysis. I'll show you what's inside, get you an idea of the prices of the things that are inside the different servers, and give you some help with how to pick servers to purchase. Now, in this case, I got a really good deal. He needed to get rid of them. I needed computers, and it worked out really well. Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Brian. Please, guys, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. TikTok's been a great run for us. And, hi, Jeremiah. So that was a nice ride for us. I was supposed to stay overnight. I wasn't supposed to be home tonight. But my kitchen sink overflowed last night. And my whole first floor of my house had an inch of water in it. So I was up till about 1 o'clock this morning drying floors and running the heat at 80 degrees. And really was quite the mess. I was lucky, though. I was home when it happened. But then I got up at 5 to try to switch some of the laundry and such. But all in all, we got out okay. It was a major inconvenience, and I now have the cleanest floor in Connecticut. So anyway, what I did start doing, and these servers that I picked up yesterday did come from a hospital. To me, as a conscientious recycler, that means take out the hard drives and render them useless. A couple ways you can do that. You can put these into a machine to wipe them all and resell them. I'm not comfortable doing that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take them all apart. So these are, they look like they're really old school. But what you have here, this is called the SATA connection. I would find so much called SATA connections. SATA connections are connected by a ribbon wire, and they have a row of 48 gold pins here. These are incredibly high quality boards. As a matter of fact, I am going to write to Board Sort and ask if they will upgrade these boards. These are older. This comes from a compact. And I don't see a date on here. But I have a whole bunch of different, I have a whole lot of different hard drives here. My intention is to take the boards off and get a load ready to ship off to one of my buyers tomorrow. And let's go. I was supposed to go into Rhode Island tomorrow to pick up another truckload of stuff, but after the flood yesterday, just haven't got it in me. So I'm also going to put these up for sale. These are the hard drive caddies. I'm saving the screws. I'm going to put those up by lots in my eBay store. They're cast aluminum. Somebody can use them. They'll be up for sale. If not, I'll scrap them. I usually put them up into my eBay store first. And, if I'm able to sell them, that's great. If not, well, no harm, no foul. I'm just going to scrap them. Let me just turn the heat down a hair. And then we'll take some of these apart and take a look at them. Generally speaking, I don't resell hard drives. I really worry about people's data security. And the labels on these servers were indicative that they came from a hospital. So I had a long talk with the gentleman before I purchased them. I'm going to actually sign what they call a certificate of destruction. That's why I've got all these stacked up over here. I've got to go through, I've got to list each serial number and certify that I have destroyed the hard drive by taking the board off. And then the hard drive itself, without the board, will go off to a local recycler who carries what we call an R2 recycling license, which means he has to destroy it. So I'm pretty comfortable, with all of that. And with data recovery. This is the pile I've started already. These over here are from Compacts. These are from, I think these are from HP, maybe. It has the size in them, and I've got them all grouped. The red ones are usually HP. And these black ones, these are usually from an IBM or a Dell. So I'll put those up in the eBay store. If anybody's in need of hard drive caddies, I will put those up by the lot. Yes, an R2 license. I don't remember what the second part of it is, LCD King. There's a certification that basically assures a customer that if they bring their recycling, their computers to you, you're going to destroy the hard drive. You're going to, ensure that it's properly recycled safely, so we don't have a data breach. All right, let's get at it, because boy, do I got a pile. I don't remember what the other part of it, though, is. It's an R2 something recycler license. I don't carry it, but I do the same things. All right. Now, some of these I'm going to have to put aside. I don't know if you can see this. That one actually has a security bit in it. So there's a little bump in here. You have to get a security screwdriver to get that out. Those I will put aside because I don't want to waste time with it. And I don't really want to have to go down and change the screwdriver and do this and do that. Okay. All right. So these take a Torx. Now, these are HP. Probably came out of the Pro Liant line. And that holds 146.8 gigabyte hard drive. It actually says HP on it, which is really good. So if somebody's looking to purchase replacement parts, they can get the right ones. And welcome. I see a lot of new names coming up on the feed. Like I said, I've got a S-load of these to do tonight, so I'm going to take the shortcut way here. At least try. These are the IBM ones. The IBM ones have that little nub on them. There's a reason I'm stacking them up like this. I'll show you. Alright, that's a good stack. So these are all the same. Here, turn them around for you. These are probably HP. See? Now, oh, I got them stacked a little too high here. Hold on a second. Bring this up a little. Like I said, I had a little time tonight, and I was home, and I've got tons of scrap to do. I just do them this way. See, the screws are here. And it works. What I'm going to do is I'll take out all the screws. They're all the same size. When I sell these, I do sell them with the screws. Yeah, of course, we got to have one that's going to be a pain in the neck. Anything that's a pain in the neck can go in the pain in the neck pile. Deal with it later. Can't deal with pain in the neck stuff on video. Make sure you use the lowest speed you can, otherwise you'll strip the screw and then you're running into all kinds of other stuff. Hello, user ending in 802, wrongfully accused. Welcome, Jacob Tyler. Welcome, Billy Jack. Welcome. So I'll just go down. I'll do this side. The boards are a little more fiddly. They take a lot longer. A lot of little tiny screws. But like I said, I don't know if these caddies will resell or not. If they do, great. I've helped somebody out with parts on older servers. If they don't resell, I'll just sell them as dirty aluminum. This is all cast aluminum here. All right, now don't lose these screws, because if you're going to sell the caddy, you got to sell the screws with it, right? Okay. So that gets this side done. Turn it around. I'm getting good at this. I scare myself sometimes. Hello, Daniel. Welcome aboard. Yeah, LCD King R2 license. I don't remember what the other part to it. Basically, it's a data destruction license. Like Iron Mountain has it. B2B Recycling has it. So places that go out and pick up sensitive information, they carry that license. I could get it easily enough. I think this is probably a reading thing and a certification thing and a test and probably a fee. I'm thinking about it. It really wouldn't be hard for me to do. I've been scrapping stuff long enough that I should be able to pass any tests they throw at me. Except the test of time. Incredible Swede. Did everybody have a nice Mother's Day, I hope? Now, if you want to rewatch the video, I will repost it on my YouTube channel. Also, D-Scraps, C-Scraps. And, this way you have it, for an instructional video. TikTok, you can record your live for about an hour, and then then you can't replay the live. All right. So these are aluminum, guys. Piece of cake. Just comes off right like that. And I'll put it over here with its friends. 146 piles over there. That will go there. That goes there. Boy, this is scaring me. Hey. And just remember to put the screws in. 4 screws in each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. And then just make sure you keep these screws aside in case you missed one. I'll put these in a priority mailbox. And whatever I can fit in there. That'll determine the size of the lot. I always try to sell stuff first if I can. Number one, people are always looking for stuff. And, Tech Ed Teacher. Where do you teach, Tech Ed Teacher? What state? Tech Ed, boy. Just think, when I was growing up, we had rotary dial phones, push button phones. Computers, God. It's really something to watch the evolution of it all. Okay. Let's going to be quite a nice stack. Board Sort is paying very, very well for these boards. All right, this is going to be another IBM. That needs a Phillips head. That can go over there. Phillips can go over there. This is going to be another, well, Seagate. Boy, I tell you, I wish I could reformat some of these. And before I wish I could. I get really nervous about reselling things like this because I don't ever want to be responsible for breaching data. This, I'm pretty sure, is an IBM. But these have Phillips. So what I'll do is I'll do those in a minute. I'm going to get these out of the way first. Okay, we'll get another stack. These are HPs, 7 to 8 gigabytes. See, and I've got them all stacked over here. Like I said, if they sell, they sell. If not, I'll just sell it as aluminum to the scrapyard. Doesn't bother me either way. All right. Yeah, 4's good. Hey, looking at you from the Caribbean island of Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, boy. Would I love to be there right now. Although it is summer here in the eastern United States. Isn't it cool? I mean, you can open your phone, you can go online, and before you know it, you're talking to 404 different people. Just all over the world. I think that's amazingly cool. Hello, Downer. Welcome. Knock these out of here. Remember, less torque is better. Otherwise, you wind up stripping the darn screw, and then you just make more work for yourself. And like I said, I'll post this on my YouTube station as well if I go over the hour. Hello, Di. Welcome aboard. Okay, got that side done. Got this side done. Remember, when you put these aside in their little sort piles, don't forget to put the screws inside. I usually take a piece of packing tape and put the screws in. Mark Savage, welcome. We're just taking apart some hard drives tonight. So I am a computer recycler from Connecticut. I'm actually a music teacher by trade. I have a music school. And got into scrapping a couple of years ago. I was home taking care of my mom. Needed something for some extra income, especially after COVID nearly put me out of business. And how it happened to be computer scrapping, well, I can't even begin to guess. I used to, I delivered to the schools with my band instrument rental service. And somebody was going to throw away a bunch. Hi, Daniel. Somebody was going to toss a bunch of schools. Can you play the steel pan from my island? Actually, yes, I can. Do you know the story of how those originally were made, KV Trini? I do. So KV Trini, guys, is from Trinidad and Tobago, I'm not sure. And back, now I'm not sure if it was World War I or World War II, a lot of oil drums, metal oil drums, were left on the Caribbean islands after the war was over. And the people of Trinidad and Tobago and other islands found a way to clean those oil drums, cut them, tune them very finely, and create the steel drum as we now know it. So, how was that? You and I know, but maybe some of our followers don't. But yeah. So I'll tell you, this is a beautiful board. This, even though it doesn't have the gold pin connectors, it does, well, actually it does, but not like a PC. See, this plugs into a backplane board, so there's a lot of gold in here. I am going to write to Board Sort and see if they'll take these as the higher grade boards. Usually SATA connections, which are their more recent ones, they have gold fingers here. Don't pay as much as non-SATA, which are the super old ones with the 48 gold pins. But I'm going to write to him because of the quality of this board, and it's going to be the same on the other side too. I mean, look, you got gold-banded BGAs. There's gold here. There's gold here. Then the other side of this board is just as good. So I in this case, might write to him when I box these up and see if they might upgrade this load for me. I probably take some pictures tomorrow and send them over. Now this is your standard SATA board. This one's fine. It's a good board by all means, but not as good as some of these older ones. Seagates are really usually pretty good. The compacts are really good. See, these just come right apart. Don't forget to put the screws back. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes in my 72 8 pile. Boy, that's going to be a nice load of holders for somebody if they can resell them. The trays TTP, are the trays worth anything, was his question. His or her question, I should say. TTP asks, are the trays worth anything? They are cast aluminum. They can certainly be sold as shred. Before I do that, though, I'm going to put these up into lots on my eBay store, which, by the way, is CT Band Instruments. I do have some things listed for sale. Hello, user ending in 3044. Welcome. I'll put them in my eBay store, and sometimes I put that on my profile page so people can get them. Yeah, so this'll be these are really great boards. Fantastic. If you're into gold recovery. I'll also put those up for sale by the pound. So recently, I have started selling computer scrap. I do have a lot of buyers. I send things out by the pallet. I send them out by the, I do all that. I also just, see, there's another one of these really good boards again. These, I think I can get a higher grade on these. I'm certainly going to ask. Wow. But I sell these by the pound for whatever market price is. And they'll be in my eBay store. Any of you guys who are into gold refining, I'd be delighted to sell you some. I certainly have no problem selling them. I have several refiners who I work with. And so selling stuff is never a problem. I'll let you guys look at the pile. I'm going to go get another armful. How do you find market price? You can go online and check out scrap yards near me and check whatever their market price is. You can try Rockaway Scrapyard. You can find a local refiner. If you can find somebody to work with, you're going to do much better than market price. There's a company in Ohio called Board Sort. Hang on, let me just grab the rest of these. And Board Sort usually has them online with BayPay. And they pretty much set the industry standard on prices. Just everybody follows what they're doing. And but you can look around. There's a lot of places that buy e-scrap. Yeah, Board Sort's very good. Chuck It Scrapping. Did you have a video up this afternoon? I think I saw your live when I was on my way home this afternoon for my little vacation. There was a terrible accident. We were stuck in traffic for almost 2 hours. It's horrible. There was a terrible accident. We were stuck in traffic for almost 2 hours. It's horrible. Okay, so it's the power cord. Hold on a second. I'm running low on juice here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, John, if you're, have you been, John Miller is asking, saying he started to try some gold recovery, thinking on just selling boards for a bit until I can get a lot from area. I'm going on almost 6 years of doing this. I've had there's that's the biggest problem. Find somebody to do it. Find a scrapyard that actually does e-waste. Here's a real kicker for you, and this is a true story. I got some years ago when this started. My local yard, there was wondering why I was bringing all these computers in one day, and of a day, hello Charlie, welcome. Of a day, he asked me, what is all this stuff you're bringing us? Where do you get it from? I'm just curious. He wasn't accusing me of doing anything wrong. He was just curious. He was like, wow, what are you doing? What is all this stuff? So I told him about e-scrap. Now, this is the opinions expressed here are solely those of this channel. I think e-scrap is going to increase in value. As a matter of fact, I've seen it do it. I watch the stock market, NVIDIA, and the other chip companies. Okay, so this is out of an IBM. I'll group these all together. So when I put them up on a lot, I can do that. I think e-scrap's going to go right through the roof. So anyway, I got involved with the scrapyard locally. Told them what I was doing. We got talking. I went and I trained them how to ID boards, how to take computers apart, how to take servers apart. Because it remains my opinion that e-scrap is going to go up. Precious metal recovery is going to go up. I've already seen it happen. All right, this needs a security bit. I'll put that off to the side. All right. I really think it's all going to go up. I think refiners are going to get involved with precious metal recovery. We have one guy here. That's another thing you can look for too, guys. Look for a refiner that'll buy your e-scrap and ship it. Pay to have it shipped to them. There are people who do that. Most of them want 3,000 to 5,000 pounds just to start. Hello, Northern Chrome. Welcome aboard. All right, let me switch over to another bit, and we'll try to go after some of these boards. Okay, that one's done. Boy, this is an old Seagate. But it doesn't, oh, it's not. I take that back. It's really not that great a board. Huh. They don't really make a differentiation, though, between a good board and a bad board and a mediocre board. They just grade them by SATA, non-SATA. If you're new to this, Shark Scrapper is excellent. E-Waste Ben is excellent. Yeah, I hear you. I live in the Caribbean. I can sell the stuff I process. I don't refine. Question mark joined. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, so to do these, I got to switch to a different bit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put these aside for the moment. I don't like to have to change tools 5,000 times. Anyway, so going back to my story. So, he was interested. We got talking about e-scrap. And I said, well, with all this AI, where are they going to get the materials to make these chips? I mean, there's only so much gold out there, right? So I think they're going to have to really go after refining and recycling these boards. And I've seen the price of e-scrap go up dramatically the past year or two. That's my opinion. I don't really have trouble shipping it. I have no problem with that. I send a couple boxes a day out to board sort, and I get a check every Saturday for whatever's been processed during the week. But there's a refiner in Fairfield, which is not too far from me, and this is something you can look for in your area. And he wants 5,000 pounds to start. That's probably 5 Gaylord boxes. Which, if you do this every day, you won't have any problem getting that kind of, believe it or not, you won't have any problem getting that much scrap. Alright, put this one here so I don't lose the screws. This is from, don't know, maybe a Dell, either a Dell or an HP. So if you're, look around for local refiners. Just go online and do a little bit of hunting. You won't have too much trouble finding anything. All right, let me grab a smaller screwdriver. I'll get these last two apart. It really didn't take me that long. I think it took maybe an hour to get this done. The fiddly part of this is going to be taking the boards off. I don't do gold refining. It's extremely toxic. It's extremely dangerous. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to kill yourself or kill your neighbors. Don't do it. God bless those people who really know what they're doing. And I sell a lot of material to them. These boards are going to sell as soon as I get them online. I guarantee. Hi, Mike C. Welcome. So if you're interested in, like I said, I would try to find a local refiner who'll just buy the boards in bulk. Stock them up in a nice, neat box, learn how to grade them. There's plenty of us online who can certainly help you with that. I do think there's ways to make this work. The shipping is a pain in my neck, and it certainly cuts into my profit margin. No question about it. Post office is the cheapest. Like I said, I just send out a couple of boxes a day. And on Thursday, they totaled it up, and they send me a check the following Saturday. But it's taken me a while to get to that point, Yeah, me too, truck and scrapping. I tear it apart, too. I would never... you know what? It's not for me. I would rather take it apart, put it on my eBay store, and sell it to somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm 65. I don't need another hobby. All right. Let me just get this last one, and then we'll start pulling some of these boards off. Now, there's two schools of thought on this. If I had to, and I would sign something saying, yes, I will totally break down and tear down your hard drives, I would have to take the entire hard drive apart. However, hi Dave Donahue, how are you? Fancy seeing you here. I know I wasn't supposed to be here tonight. I was supposed to be on vacation. But I had a flood in the house last night, and by the time I got to bed, it was almost 2 a.m., so I didn't go on vacation. I went out to brunch today and wound up being home. Now, this caddy doesn't have a bottom on it. That's odd. Well, he'll have to go in a pile all by himself, like that. All right. Did your family have a nice Mother's Day, Dave Donahue? I hope you did. All right, let me see if I can show you these. Now, these, you either have to get a very low-powered, battery-powered screwdriver, or do them by hand, which is a pain in the ASS part of doing these. I'm just going over to the other side over here to grab a try to find the screwdriver. Honestly, I wasn't going to go live tonight. I'm glad I did, though. It's always nice to meet new people. It's fun. And, let me see if I can get my hands on this. I'll continue. If not, I'll probably would like to continue this only because I really would like to get this load. I would like to get a load of boards out tomorrow. I'm going to put them up for sale in the eBay store. And if I don't sell them after a week or two, I just send them out. I just send them on their merry way off to the either the refiner, who's not too far from me. Rockaway Scrapyard will send a truck down if you have enough. Check their yard. That's another thing too. A lot of the yards will send down a truck if you have enough material. So I think you can find places. Just depends where you are. All right. This is a little Husky screwdriver set. I got these from Home Depot. Good. I'm glad to hear that, David. That's nice. Hello, Jalen. So you get this thing, and you get about 10 different size Torx screwdrivers. I could put these into the drill. The problem is, if you use too much Torx on these, what happens is you strip them, and then you can't get them off. So this is kind of fiddly and annoying as heck, but unfortunately, in my opinion, this is the best way to do this. And I'll do a couple for you. The reason I want to show you the other side of the board. Now, if I wanted to, or if I was doing not gold refining, full scale data destruction, I would have to take this off. All these screws, there'll be security screws under here. There'll be a very powerful magnet here, and the platters will be inside, and I would have to take that all apart. Now, again, after many years of doing this, and again, it's just because of who and what is around. I have a local yard. They will buy the hard drives without boards at like 20 cents a pound, which is pretty much going rate everywhere. They give you 25 cents a pound if you have the boards on them. But they do carry that recycling license I was talking about. Now, for me, I would rather sell this to board sort at $17.50 a pound. Or to one of you guys who wants to do gold refining. And, there's always ways to find to do stuff. We used to. What they used to do before all this trade crap started. Let me just make sure I'm in the field of view here. Hang on a second. Just tip this over just a hair. And get that out of the way. Okay. Hang on a second. There. All right. Check the other phone. Make sure our field of vision is good. We good? Yeah, maybe that's better. All right. So, they used to sell it all to China. Now we got all this trade garbage going on. And I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think a lot of it is being refined here in this country. I don't know. But all I know is the price of e-scrap has gone up. And, yeah, it's a bit of work to try to find somebody to sell it to. You know what? I almost would say before you start doing this, what I'm doing, find somebody who's going to buy your stuff. Shipping by the pallet out to a place like Board Sort or some other refiner is not cheap. But if you can find somebody, and you can just sell it that way. So, here's what you get. So this is a SATA connection. This is called the jumper right over here. There's gold pins here. SATA are the newer connections. Actually, the new ones are solid state, and there's not as much gold. So it'll say SATA on the front. How do I know if it's a SATA or not? Look at the front. SAS SATA. IBM eServer. Wow, this is old. 73.4 gigabytes. So it's a pretty nice board. Not bad, right? like I said, if I really had to, I'd have to take all this apart. I'd have to take these screws out, take this apart, break the platters or scratch them. I'm going to do that. I'm going to sell this to somebody who does, though. All right. This I'm going to sell to Woodsort. All right. I'll do a few of these for you just so you can see what they look like. And that'd be a good video for tonight, I think. No, Calvin, it's just, you know what? It's just not for me. It's time consuming. It's dirty. It's messy. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really make yourself sick with refining. I mean, you're using sulfuric acid, you're using nitric acid. You know, and for those of people who know what they're doing, that's awesome. That's great. But no, it's just I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing. You know, I just you know, everybody's got their thing, right? All right. Now these little fiddly screws, there's nothing you can really do with them. Tiny Torx, they call these. So I'll do a few of these and then I'll probably sign off for tonight. My allergies are killing me. The oak tree finished dumping its load of stuff all over the yard. Now the maple tree has started. Oh, what a mess. Gotta love Mother Nature. Okay, why do you not want to come off? There. Well, this is what people who do gold refining love to see. Lots of gold. This is called gold flashing. Then you've got gold pins here. And there should be gold pins inside of here. They're hard to see, but they are there. Gold banded BGAs. Another gold banded BGA here. That's a very nice board for somebody who does board refining. There's not a lot of differentiation in the refiners, whether it's a good... Same thing with laptops. Is it a high grade? Is it a low grade? Just they throw it all in the mix. I think you're going to see more yards doing... Y'all stay blessed. 1,000, how are you? 10,000 rather, excuse me. Welcome aboard. Well, I think, Calvin, I may have misunderstood what you meant by Beowulf cluster. I thought you meant that was one of those silver clusters that people who mine silver, they make those big clusters of things. That's what I thought you were talking about. I'm not a gamer and I'm not really a computer expert, so perhaps I just didn't understand what it was you meant, huh? All right. Hard drives are a pain in the ass to take apart. They really are. But taking the boards off is easy. It's not too bad a board. Got some flat packs. Got some gold recovery. I can go over there with its friends. So, I don't like taking these apart, but I'll show you what's inside. Most of you know already, I think. Hello, Cookie. Welcome. Yeah, why not? Ah. Well, like I said, I'm not an expert, right? That's funny. Rock on. There's, if you're into gaming computers or need something like that, Custom Computer, who is here on TikTok, is very, very good. He's got a couple of videos up they've been posting lately. I'm just going to take one apart, guys, to show you what's inside if I can get it apart. Sometimes these are cast aluminum. Sometimes these are stainless steel. You can either throw them in with your shred or rock on. Hi, Robert Krause. How are you? Krause. You can throw them in with your shred, or you can, if you have a local yard that buys hard drives without boards. Oh, by the way, I will pull these pins I don't know if you can see these. These are really good gold pins, and they're very easy to pull. I don't think I have my... These I do pull. I'm not hurting anybody by pulling these pins. I'm not devaluing a board. I'm not doing anything that's going to hurt anybody. And these are super easy to pull. These are flush pliers. I use these in my music school a lot. You really can pull these pins out very easily. Look at that. I got a couple of buckets of these. So these I will go for. Like I said, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not going to devalue anything by taking these pins off. If I took them off a board that I was selling as a graded board, yeah, then I'm going to hurt somebody. Because it's, shortchanging them. These pull really easy. You can hit these with a heat gun or hair dryer, and they'll pull out even easier. So yeah, these I will take. Look at that. Gold! Tedious? Yes. Do I do it all the time? No. But yeah, these I do take because I know they're very easy to get at. And, why waste it, right? It's my retirement fund over here. Excuse me for 2 seconds, guys. I just want to grab a quick drink of water and continue. I won't do this whole thing on video, but when I finish all these at some point soon, yeah, I'll put the ones upside that have that kind of gold recovery. These came off the edges of power supplies. I cut the gold fingers off. These are gold fingers. This one I broke off. I got to clean that up a little bit. These come off of power supplies that go into the back of servers. And then I just sold those as power supplies without boards. So I'll eventually, when I fill this up, I'll weigh it and I'll sell the whole bucket to somebody who does gold refining. Hello, user ending in 7296. Not all of them have it. This is gold here. So if you're into like gold refining and stuff, oh yeah, there's plenty to go after here if you want to, go after that stuff. I'll go after the easy stuff like this. I mean, like sometimes I'll just put these in a box just sitting under my kitchen table. I'll be sitting here watching a movie and I'll pick at this stuff. But these are beautiful gold fingers, guys. Or gold pins, rather, excuse me. Gold pins. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and do all these on camera, but, if you're into gold refining and stuff, yeah, there's plenty here. Let me get this other thing open for you. A few rings worth. It's my retirement fund. I've got 5 jugs like this. Official Test Dude does, he does a lot with that kind of stuff, too. A lot of people here do gold refining, but you know what? They know what they're doing. So, all right. Let's see if I can get this off of here. Hi, Mia. Happy Mother's Day. Hello, Shadu. Well, this is being cooperative tonight. Huh. That's unusual. So there's usually a security screw under here you gotta get off. And I'll tell you, doing these hard drives again, I do not microscrap. It is not for me. But yes, there certainly are truck it scrapping. A lot of people getting into the gold refining. You guys are interested in gold refining? Scrapping Irish is very good. He knows what he's doing. Oh God, who did I see the other day who I was really impressed with? There's a few people. I don't know. Channel surf, you'll find somebody. Again, for me, no. No thank you. Hello. Hello, Stephen MC Jr. 10. Welcome. All right. Yeah, there's always going to be a screw under that label, guys. Let's see if I can get this apart. I don't like doing hard drives, but since I'm here, you know. Let me show ya. Did you have a nice Mother's Day, Mia? So this is what's inside. These are the platters. This is where all your data is saved. You can scratch these up. You can break them. Board Sort buys them for like a quarter pound. It's, you know, again, not for me. But I want to take it apart to show you. I mean, I have a few buckets of these, and I've got them. I'm saving them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but nothing really. If you're doing this data destruction and you've agreed with your client that you would do that, oh, you mean this? Oh yeah. I don't go after a lot of the gold, and someday I'm going to kick myself for it. But sometimes what I do is I put it aside, like these CD-ROMs that have the gold. Yeah, they're sitting under my kitchen table. What's loaded with gold? Calvin's going to say Fort Knox. Watch. Old motherboards, yes, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I saved the chips off those. See, part of the problem is when I sell something, Calvin, I have to sell it because my buyer's going to expect it to have certain things on it. So if I take them off, they're going to be really pissed at me. So. I say if these come off. These all came off older computers. These are Dell switches. That's a flat pack. These are loaded with gold, and they are bought by the pound by a couple of places. Oh yeah, old motherboards are unbelievable. There's a lot of people, you know, you don't have to just do computers, guys. There's a lot of stuff you can make or scrap for copper. You know. Tin Man Scrapper used to do scrap it all. There's a guy who really does a good job with micro scrapping. I think he's on YouTube. This is aluminum. These are the magnets that every scrapper has, a ton of them in their pocket. They're rare earth magnets, and they're very, very strong. You got to be careful with them. I just figured I'd pull one of these apart to show you. Like I said, I was here. I see it, and I do see a lot of new names here, so that's awesome. Neodymium. That's what this is called. It's a rare earth magnet. I don't have the screwdriver that I need to do this, but I got lucky. Huh. Hi, Calvin. Thanks for the like. I appreciate that. Yeah. This is the writer, and that's where they store that's where the information is stored on the hard drives anyway. Oh, and of course the memory chips on the board as well. There's memory chips on the board. There is some gold here. It's very little. And again, if you want to watch somebody really get into the hard drive micro scrapping, there's plenty of people who do that. This I usually put with my number 2 copper wire. Like I said, I usually don't take apart hard drives because they're just this one was easy. It's actually an old school one, so it was kind of easy. Thank you, Chuck at Scrapping. I appreciate that very much. I got buckets of these things. You can sell them on eBay if you want. But you gotta be real careful with rare earth magnets. And I use them a lot in my music repair business, but just to show you, you get your finger caught between some of those big ones, it's going to hurt. So be very careful if you're doing those. Calvin, I'm not even going to try to say that over again, but I'll read it. Computers are magic. They turn electricity input and the lack thereof into solutions to complex math. That's from one of our people here, Calvin. Thank you, Calvin. Miller time. Oh, I'm having a Bud Light, though. Cheers. Two hours stuck in traffic. Coming home, so yeah, it's all right. Okay, so this is, where's that magnet I just had? Dadgummit. Ah, crud. I threw it off to the side, didn't I? Well, a lot of people buy those on eBay, but I keep the ones that aren't too strong. Like this one's not too bad because it's older, but some of the new ones, good lord. It's aluminum, guys. Look at that. Yep. I'll put that in with my dirty aluminum, I think. Get these screws off. Maybe it's clean. So sometimes they're aluminum. All right. Bonus. This is aluminum. And this is steel. That goes in with my shred. Hey, how about that? There is value in hard drives. I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying, to me, that's really tedious. I just don't know that I want to do that, you know. So, this I'll put aside. I've got a bucket of these. There is a little bit of palladium on them. Very microscopic amount. Glork. So, yeah, that's what's inside the hard drive. Like I said, if you really want to watch somebody microscope out a hard drive, there's plenty of really good videos about people doing that. I love these little Husky screwdriver kits, $10, Home Depot, and you've got all the Torx screws you should need for minor micro scrapping like we did tonight. Well, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite a nice pile of stuff that we scrapped out tonight. So these are the caddies. These are actually made out of aluminum. I am going to put them up in lots. Like these are compact. So I'll put all the compact in a box. And back here I've got, I think these are the IBMs because I had to get a whole different set of screwdrivers to do these. But they come apart the same way. I'll do the same thing. I'll put those together. And then I'll get the boards off these hard drives. And, you know, some of them, if I got those nice gold pins like that one had, oh yeah, you know, we'll go after those. Again, these tend to be the older ones that have that. I mean, these gold pins are definitely worth going at. Not these. What's the other one? It's the other one that I had. Anyway, as I go through them, I'll find the ones with good gold pins. You got gold here. Definitely pull that stuff off, guys. You too can have 5 buckets of gold pins. This I'm saving. So, Calvin, you are hilarious. All right, nice meeting you, Calvin. Welcome aboard. I do think I haven't seen your name come across unless I've missed it, but you sound like you may be a new subscriber to our channel. Welcome aboard. I would like to wish everybody a wonderful work week when we all go back to work tomorrow. Yeah. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to sign off for the night because I'm tired. I had a flood last night in the house. I was up till 1 o'clock cleaning up water, and then at 5 o'clock up changing laundry so I could not have smelly towels all over the house. But I did get my Mother's Day in. We had a nice day. But, yeah, I'm functioning on 3 hours of sleep. It's bedtime. All right, everybody. God bless. Have a blessed week. I will see you hopefully next Sunday morning early. That's usually when I do my live. And I will repost this video for you guys. I should be able to get it here onto TikTok because I stayed under an hour. Otherwise, it'll be on my YouTube channel. All right, everybody. Adios. Have a good week. Thanks for spending an hour with me. God bless. Bye-bye.